Albany. Nothing special, really. It's just a city. The city I live in and go to school and work. Nothing special. Every day begins the same. I wake up in a studio apartment, a tiny abode made from an old maid's quarters with all the weird angles that would drive an architect mad. Hell, it would probably give Cthulhu a headache. Breakfast, cereal, Pop-Tarts, or bagels. With a mandatory, "Oh, my sink is full of dishes" moment. It's a coral reef of blue stoneware and silver aluminum. Any time I can devote to cleaning is a goddamn miracle. I couldn't tell you why I never get to it, other than my hands are idle ones, and inertia is a hard nut to crack. Then it's shower time, although in the mornings there's not a drop of heat to be spared. There's only an eldritch cold which sucks out what little energy I have. I stick my foot in the water to see if it is warm. Nope, turned it off. Not going to waste time making my balls shrivel up. Brush. Floss. Mouthwash. Shave. Dress. Make lunch, and go. The elevator is an antediluvian contraption with no full enclosure, groaning like an old woman all the way up and all the way down. Looks like a 1920 throwback, only more tacky and probably more dangerous too. Still, 4 months when counting, not dead yet. The bus stop is the fun part of the day. Right in front of the Albany Armory is the little stop, its green roof covering a half-dozen seats and about 12 million cigarette butts strewn around haphazardly, complementing the dark splotches of ancient who-knows-what that's spilled there at some point. It's the people that are the best part, though, because they're so diverse. You have students for Green Tech Charter School rubbing elbows with old geezers whose teeth look like they were assembled from the debris of TWA Flight 800, hippie college students standing next to the people who will serve them fast food, and government workers in their snappy suits not 5 feet from the mentally handicapped and indigent citizens they purportedly serve. Crazy people. All of them. My favorites are the people who come up to me asking for a cigarette, yet I have never smoked in my life. I'm convinced I should buy a couple of packs and charge $2.50 for a cig. I'd make millions, establish a sprawling commercial enterprise, get targeted by Cuomo, and burn out on the front page of the New York Post. The bus ride itself is never anything spectacular. You get on, find a seat, then watch as more people get on board and get off. It's about 20 minutes to go from the mishmash downtown Albany to the Albany Uptown campus, and nothing happens along the way, not even a fist fight. Then it's my job. From 8:30 in the morning to usually 6:30 at night, I work at the campus bookstore. It's part of Barnes & Noble's college booksellers, which is sort of, but not quite, Barnes & Noble that you see elsewhere. We don't accept some of their promotions, for example. You won't get any points on your Barnes & Noble MasterCard. Pretty sure anyway, though don't quote me on it. Usually I deliver papers in the morning, first to the glass edifice we call University Hall, where the university president and administration plot devilish deeds that confound the faculty and make the student body suffer. At least according to the French department. But anyways, I lug a copy of the New York Times up to the president's office, then crisscross campus again, go down to Western Ave and deliver papers to the administration building down there. I like doing the papers. First, because I enjoy walking. Second, because I always go past a liquor store down there in University Plaza. And third, because the women's field hockey or lacrosse team is usually practicing on the fields. Then it's back to the bookstore to help confused freshmen find their textbooks, parents find souvenirs, and listen to the same question repeated 100 times, such as this charmer. Do you think this would be cheaper at Mary Jane's? There's a word for my response on the internet. Head desk. But eventually, we close down, and I go back home, back on the CDTA shuttle downtown, and go back up to my apartment. It's a coin toss between homework and playing games, as after work my brain is so muddled I can barely focus on anything. Usually, I make this worse with a judicious application of bourbon. Next day, much of the same, only I have classes every other day, always in the same room, in the science library. On Tuesdays, I listen to a journalist talk about how to be a, journalist. Thursdays are wondering just what the heck the class is even about. Something about telling stories with maps. Take a left at Albuquerque gets a whole new meaning. At night, when I have time, I walk around Empire Plaza. I like to say that walking calms me down, lets me focus on what I need to do, and helps me get things done. It certainly worked during high school, but it helps no longer. Now all it does is tire my legs and drain my iPod's battery. I am hoping it burns some fat, though. That always helps. And then it's back to bed. No funny business, no real entertainment. Just one lonely guy trying to finish college before it finishes him, in the gloomiest city in New York.